Hi, welcome to my channel. Now we uncover the story of the Wright brothers, how two inventors taught humanity to fly. For thousands of years, humans looked to the sky and dreamed of flying. From ancient myths of Icarus to Leonardo da Vinci's sketches of flying machines, the desire to soar like birds lived deep in the human imagination. But it wasn't until two humble brothers from Ohio, Wilbur and Orville Wright, changed history forever, that human flight finally became a reality. Their achievement on December 17, 1903, near the sandy dunes of Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, is considered one of the greatest technological leaps in human history. It transformed transportation, warfare, communication, science, and the very structure of global society. But their journey was not simple, nor inevitable. It was a story of obsession, rivalry, engineering genius, and extraordinary perseverance. This is the dramatic history of how the Wright brothers invented the airplane and how flight reshaped our world. The dream that started in a print shop. Wilbur Wright was born in 1867 and Orville in 1871. The two grew up in Dayton, Ohio, in a family that valued education, creativity, and curiosity. Their father encouraged them to explore anything that captured their interest. Their earliest fascination with flight began when their father brought home a small helicopter-like toy powered by twisted rubber bands. It flew into the air, and the two boys were instantly captivated. That moment planted a seed that would grow for decades. Before becoming inventors, the Wright brothers ran a printing press, then a bicycle shop, where they repaired and built high-quality bicycles. This experience gave them engineering skills, craftsmanship, and an understanding of balance, skills that would soon become essential for solving the mystery of flight. The race for the sky. By the late 1800s, inventors around the world were racing to invent a practical flying machine. Many had tried, and many had failed. Some died trying. The problem was not lift. Scientists already understood that wings could generate lift. The problem was control. Once off the ground, all earlier flying machines became unstable, tumbling, stalling, or spinning out of control. The Wright brothers understood something crucial. To fly, humans must learn how to control a machine in the air, not just make it lift off the ground. They were inspired by the way birds tilted their wings to turn, rise, or stabilize themselves. This natural observation would become the basis of the world's first airplane. Wing warping, the genius breakthrough. The brothers realized that if they could twist the wings of a flying machine, they could control its balance, allowing it to turn smoothly instead of crashing. This technique was called wing warping, and it became the foundation of the Wright Flyer. But before building a plane, they needed data, and the existing data on aerodynamics was wrong. So they built something revolutionary, one of the world's first wind tunnels. Inside their workshop, they tested hundreds of wing shapes, measuring lift, drag, and stability with scientific precision. They discovered that earlier lift calculations were inaccurate. Using new data, they redesigned their wings with better curvature, camber, enabling smoother and more efficient flight. This scientific approach set them apart from all other inventors of their time. The struggle at Kitty Hawk. The Wright brothers chose Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, for its strong winds and soft sand dunes. perfect for dangerous experiments. Their first gliders in 1900 and 1901 failed to perform as expected, but they did not give up. In 1902, after refining their wing warping system, they tested a new glider capable of stable turns and full flight control. This success gave them confidence to attempt powered flight. They returned to Dayton and built their own lightweight gasoline engine, designed with the help of their mechanic, Charlie Taylor. No existing engine was lightweight enough for a flying machine, so they created one from scratch, a remarkable engineering feat. Finally, in late 1903, the Wright Flyer was ready. December 17, 1903, the day the world changed forever. The morning was cold and windy. Wilbur and Orville flipped a coin to decide who would fly first. Orville won. At 10:35 a.m., Orville lay on the lower wing, took control, and guided the machine as it launched forward. After a shaky start, after lifting off the ground, after 12 seconds of flight, humanity had flown. The first flight covered 120 feet, but history was made. They made 3 more flights that day, with Wilbur achieving the longest, 852 feet in 59 seconds. A new age had begun. The world did not believe them. Surprisingly, almost no one believed the Wright brothers at first. Newspapers ignored the story. Scientists doubted 2 bicycle mechanics could solve a problem that great minds had failed to solve for centuries. But the brothers were not discouraged. They returned to Dayton and improved their machine, achieving longer and more controlled flights. By 1905, they had created the first practical airplane capable of sustained flight, turns, circles, and controlled landings. Only then did the world finally wake up, selling the sky. Governments, investors, and military officials suddenly became interested. The Wright brothers traveled to Europe, where they performed astonishing flight demonstrations. Crowds of thousands watched in awe as they flew for minutes, then hours, circling above the fields of France. The Wrights became international celebrities, and soon they secured contracts from both the U.S. military and European governments. The age of aviation had officially taken flight. Airplanes transformed the 20th century. The Wright brothers lived long enough to see aviation explode into one of the most important technologies of the modern world. World War I turned airplanes into essential military tools. World War II saw aircraft become even more advanced. Passenger planes began shrinking the world. Long-distance travel, airmail, and global communication became possible. Scientific aviation eventually led to rockets, satellites, and space exploration. The invention that began with 2 brothers in a bicycle shop eventually led humanity from Kitty Hawk to the moon. Neil Armstrong, the first man to walk on the moon, carried a piece of the Wright Flyer with him in 1969. It was the ultimate symbol. Humanity's journey to the stars began with the Wright brothers. Legacy. Wilbur Wright died young, at age 45, in 1912. Orville continued promoting aviation until his death in 1948. By then, jet engines were revolutionizing the sky. Today, every airplane, from small jets to massive Boeing 747s, uses principles the Wright brothers discovered: aerodynamic wings, elevator and rudder controls, lateral balance systems, scientific testing methods. They didn't just invent the airplane. They invented the science of modern aeronautical engineering. Their legacy is timeless. Finally, thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share this World History Facts Hub channel to others.